Before the break, we were talking about those little letters that have found their way into our vocabulary, GLP-1.
Some of you have found success with the medication, but so many others are hesitant, and rightfully so. We are not doctors, but we do have one with us today. We have Dr. Rachel Kolko-Conlin, psychiatrist with UPMC Western Behavioral Health Center for Eating Disorders, and having a really important conversation because we want to make sure that we're taking these for the appropriate reasons. And so we want to get into some of our viewer questions. She's going to help us answer these, and this was sent to us from our Talk Pittsburgh social pages. We'll start with this one first. Do you start with your PCP or a weight loss center? Also, should you contact your insurance before you talk to your doctor?
These are excellent questions, and I would say starting with the PCP or one of your healthcare providers is really key. There are different medical and psychological considerations before starting a GLP-1 or monitoring one's progress. So depending on why it is that you're pursuing one or your healthcare provider is recommending it, starting there is an excellent choice.
And as a psychiatrist, I'm sure you would agree with this. I think that you have to ask yourself the question before even starting down this journey, why is it that I want to lose this weight?
Absolutely,
right?
And it may not be weight loss for weight loss's sake why somebody is doing this. So there are a whole host of reasons why GLP-1s are being prescribed. And so being upfront and transparent about what those are, both for the provider and the patient and their support system, is really key. The insurance is a helpful one as well. And I think checking with insurance is useful prior to as well as after talking with your doctor, because depending on why you're being prescribed, your insurance may or may not cover those reasons.
Yeah, I love that. Being honest with yourself. That's a good one. Okay, so this is from another viewer. He or she says, I would not be comfortable using this for weight loss. If you don't manage your diet and include exercise, you aren't changing your habits. Plus, what are the long-term effects?
It's an excellent consideration that you want to be thinking about this as your entire lifestyle approach, so that these medications may have strong impacts. We work in combination with healthy lifestyle behaviors, and we're always promoting health because this medication may certainly be something people are using. From a weight loss perspective, there are other ways to manage one's weight, and that if you are promoting healthy lifestyle changes, then you can see benefits across the body and in your psychological, your social, your financial health.
And before the break, you mentioned there were those three categories, and you don't want to put like all your eggs in one basket of them. Can you remind us what those are?
Absolutely. I often talk with folks about the idea that weight, health, and nutrition are three separate yet related aspects, and that if we only are focusing on one, you might lose sight of the others and wind up in really scary places. There are a lot of unsafe paths. And so this idea about keeping all of that in mind and understanding what you're pursuing and why, and the multiple ways to get there. From the long-term impacts perspective, the idea about what a person is doing when they're on the medication looks really different once it discontinues. And so its role in the body, and then any of the changes that you saw likely are being reverted back to where things were.
So we have one more question, and this is actually from one of our staff members. When taking a GLP-1, how do you know if you're eating too much or too little? And you mentioned this delayed kind of burning off of the food so you feel fuller longer. So how do you know if it's too much or too little?
Right, and so satiety and appetite cues, hunger cues are all something that's affected. GLP-1s work on the gut-brain axis, and so the connection that one's body has from the brain to the gut or to food processing is really important. And if these medications are affecting those, people are essentially not experiencing their hunger and satiety cues in the same way. And so either they are not feeling hungry, again, the stomach is full, it has a delayed emptying, so people feel full longer, and they might also, if they're pursuing weight loss, want to override some of those signals and continue to ride that weight loss train in ways that are not safe. And so being aware of one's nutritional health, so thinking about what do I need to live a healthy lifestyle, what is adequate nutrition for me, and what is a sufficient amount of food to be eating is really important. So people don't end up in, let's say, scary organ failure, or finding that people are making comments about them in ways that kind of further reinforce these negative cycles. You know, most people start medications and nobody's getting judged on like, are you on a heart rate or a blood pressure medication? But if you're taking a GLP-1, people are asking about it, they're commenting on it. If you stop taking a GLP-1 and you seem different, people are commenting on that. And so we don't have this same, weight bias ability to turn things around in our culture, which is really important to provide support for people.
There's so many different things that are weighing in on everything. Thank you so much for answering the questions today. We appreciate the conversation.
That was great. Thank you. All right, you can learn more about UPMC's Western Behavioral Health Center for Eating Disorders on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.